After a demolition job against Saudi Arabia in the opening game of the 2018 FIFA World Cup, the hosts Russia will try to beat Egypt in their second game of the Group A tournament. That would clinch a spot moving forward into the knockout phase before they meet Uruguay in the final match of the group stage. On the other side, Egypt cannot afford another defeat after losing their opening game against Uruguay, so bettors can expect a great battle at Saint Petersburg Stadium this Tuesday, June 19th. For Russia, it was an impressive performance by Sbornaya in the opener against Saudi Arabia, hammering the Green Falcons 5-0 and completely dominating for all 90 minutes on the pitch. Stanislav Cherchesov's team surprisingly played in a 4-5-1 system, pressuring the ball on their half to win it back and launch quick counterattacks, while their dominance in the aerial duels was a huge advantage. Sbornaya only allowed one decent scoring opportunity to their rival, and that is certainly encouraging after 10 consecutive games without a clean sheet. The talented 22-year-old midfielder, Alexander Golovin, was the main figure with a couple of brilliant assists, along with a beautiful free kick for Russia's fifth goal of the game. Denis Cheryshev bagged a brace after he substituted Alan Zagoev, who suffered a hamstring injury. Zagoev is probably ruled out for the World Cup, and that is a huge blow for Sbornaya, as he is one of the key players in this Russian team. Good news is Artem Zayuba's excellent display for just 20 minutes on the pitch, as the 29-year-old striker has scored the third goal for his team. The Pharaohs were beaten by Uruguay 1-0 in their first game of the 2018 World Cup, as they kneeled in the ultimate minute of their match after Jose Maria Jimenez's header. Egypt bravely defended for the whole encounter, coming within an inch of a surprising stalemate and showing some excellent tactical maneuvers. They were also lucky in a few situations, leaving Luis Suarez unmarked, while the goalie El Shenawy was a real defensive rock, but he couldn't do anything to save Jimenez's shot in the 90th minute. The manager Hector Cooper started without Mohamed Salah, who's still recovering from a shoulder injury, and it was a massive flaw in Egypt's attacking line. It is obvious that without Salah, the Pharaohs are just a mediocre team, and they were struggling to do some damage in the final third. Bettors can expect to see Salah in the starting 11 here, as Egypt will have to search for a victory, while a loss will be sending them home. The odds makers are favoring Russia at odds of plus 130 to win this game, and Sbornaya can sit back and wait for some counterattacks, as the hosts should be satisfied even with the draw. On the other side, Egypt will have to avoid the defeat to stay in the competition for the second round. But with a potential stalemate, the Pharaohs will have to look for a victory with a bigger margin over Saudi Arabia in their ultimate match, and still wait for Uruguay to beat Russia. Therefore, the Pharaohs will have to try to win this game, which promises a tremendous battle. The odds on the over-under 2 goals are set at minus 120 plus 105, as the bookmakers are pretty sure that we'll see a tight game with a patient approach on both sides. We can't argue with this, but the potential opening goal would completely change the flow of the match. If someone breaks the deadlock here, we expect to see another goal for sure, so betting on the over would be our first pick. Russia is certainly a physically stronger team than Egypt, so the hosts should play in the same manner as in their first tilt against Saudi Arabia. Aerial duels will be their advantage, but Sbornaya could struggle against Egypt's high pressure without a ball. The Pharaohs will have to use their pace and try to cause some mistakes at Russia's defensive line. Maybe Sbornaya dominated in the clash against Saudi Arabia, but the Pharaohs will be a way more difficult opponent to beat. Our pick is over 2 goals at minus 120.